Hey, what's up YouTubers, and welcome back to another Todd E. Walnuts update video. I got the beautiful girls here with me today. We are in the throes of a very hot spell here in the great state of Wisconsin. It's been very hot, humid. August is going out with a bang. The last couple days it's been in the mid 90s and humid, so the heat index was like 110 degrees the last couple days. It's the kind of weather that you wear. You feel it when you go outside, you breathe it, it zaps your strength. I mean, you can stand in one spot and just pour sweat. That's the last couple days. But we are in a central air-conditioned house, and we are all as cool as a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce, and I got some things to share with you guys today. It shouldn't be too long of a video, but I do get to talking, and every time I say it won't be long, it ends up being like an hour, so take it for what it's worth. But I have the latest Waxwork record release that was a Rob Zombie Presents, and that we'll get into that. I also have the other ones here to show you guys some of the other movie soundtracks that are available in that line. And check this out. This was really cool. This was a little art card that they threw in with this release. So Waxwork Records will be releasing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre soundtrack coming soon. So that's awesome. I can't wait to get that. I do have a couple of Texas Chainsaw Massacre soundtracks, and there wasn't really much of a soundtrack to this movie, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Waxwork Records will do, and I really enjoy this little collectible. I will keep this. I also have a couple of box sets, and I'm going to be doing a shout out when I get into this one. This is from 101 Films. This is the Bob Clark box set. We'll get more into that as we go down the line. I also picked up the Psycho box set from Arrow Video. I got a couple of releases from Vinegar Syndrome. I got a couple of releases from SRS Cinema, Sub Rosa Studios. I got a couple of releases from Scream Team Releasing, and I brought out the rest of my collection to kind of show you other titles that are available, and I'll give you some recommendations on that. I think that's pretty much it for what I'm going to show you today. I also did get some posters with these, and I'll bring out my 11 by 17 portfolio and show you the posters that I got. And I picked up a couple of little kind of knickknacks at the dollar store, and I'll show you those as well. So stay tuned. This was a long intro. Let's get into it here. Let's check these out. I also wanted to mention, I forgot, Tim over at 101 Films sent me the screener, the pre-release screener for The Sword and the Sorcerer from 101 Films, and I got the 3-disc set. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into this. We got a pretty nice release here last year in the US, and I'm looking forward to buying the 101 Films. But so it's going to be a 2 Blu-ray. I'm assuming that you get the movie on Blu-ray disc 1, and you get the bonus materials on Blu-ray disc 2, and then you get the 4K. So I'm looking forward to checking those out. And thank you to Tim over at 101 Films for sending those to me. Okay, so let's get into the vinyl here for this segment. And this is the latest release that I got from Waxwork Records. This is the Last Man on Earth soundtrack. This was part of the Rob Zombie Presents original MGM motion picture soundtrack. And it was available for the first time on vinyl. You get a neon green and yellow splatter. It's 2 records. You get a booklet. We're going to look at all these here in a minute. This is still sealed, but I'm going to open it for you guys here. We're going to go through it. Interview with Rob Zombie with Victoria Price, who was Vincent Price's daughter. And artwork by Graham Humphreys, the great Graham Humphreys. He always does a great job. Before we get into this one, I'm going to show you the other titles that are available, and then we will slice off the plastic here and we'll take a look inside. But there are the track listings. Really nice, nice collectible record. Glad to have this in the collection. And the next one, these are ones that I owned already. This was a House on Haunted Hill. This was previously my latest purchase from Waxwork. I think I got this a couple months ago. Pretty sure I did an unboxing of this on the channel. It's in one of the videos, I don't remember which one, but there is the track listing again. Just giving you guys an idea of some of the other ones that are available in case you want to purchase any of these at Waxwork. They also released Carnival of Souls. This is a fun movie. I like the carnival themed horror movies. This is a good one. It's great artwork. And there are the tracks. I believe Graham Humphreys did the artwork on all of these pretty much, I think. Here's Spider Baby. This is a good one. This has a very early role from Sid Haig right there. Kind of funny to see him. He's kind of gangly, he's tall and skinny in this movie. And I believe this is the last one. This is White Zombie, which was the first one that Rob Zombie released as the Rob Zombie Presents. Check out that logo too. That's pretty awesome. I really like that. I've done unboxings of all of these records in previous videos. I wish I could remember which ones. I would link it below, but I mean, if you wanted to do some digging, I'm sure you can find it. And there are the tracks, and I'm gonna pause it here and we're gonna slice open the new one and check it out. So I got the plastic off. I keep these little hype stickers. I keep those. Sometimes I'll peel them off and put them on the protective sleeve that I put on there. I usually get the thick ones, or I'll just cut it out and kind of tuck it inside. But I like to keep the hype stickers. And then we'll take one more look here at the cover. It's beautiful. I love the different greens and purples that kind of blend together. Really nice. And open it up. We get the gatefold with some of the characters from the film. Kind of a post-apocalyptic zombie horror movie. And there again is the back. You can see that they have the Vincent Price logo, MGM, Rob Zombie, and Waxwork. I think those all look really good together like that. And we'll open it back up. I'm gonna pause it again for a second. I'm gonna pull the vinyl out. We'll take a look at that and the liner notes. And check that out. That's a beautiful yellow and green splatter on a green translucent vinyl record. It's two records. They looked exactly the same, so I only just pulled out the first one, but that is really beautiful. There's a little sticker, a little hub sticker of the great Vincent Price, one of the greatest to ever do it. And then here is the little booklet, liner notes, interview with Victoria Price by Rob Zombie. I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan. I love that he's a fanboy of all his stuff. And Corey Taylor's another one. Kirk Hammett is another one. These guys are big horror fans, and they have huge horror collections. So we're not going to read the interview, but I will read it. Well, I'm not going to read it here on camera to you guys. I'm really looking forward to getting into that. And I love that they include stuff like this. Is it 2 or 3 pages? It's very thick. It almost felt like it was one more page. Maybe I didn't. I think that's it. It's just a really thick page. It feels like there's two stuck together, but there's not. Or is there? Hold on a second. Nope, there wasn't. It was just these 2 pages. So, but I love that they threw this in as a little collectible to go with this beautiful record. Very happy to have this, The Last Man on Earth. I should pop this in and check it out again. It's been several years since I watched this, and it's probably due for a rewatch. So that was The Last Man on Earth by Waxwork Records. I put it in my own bag. I like to get the thicker bags, and I tucked the sticker inside until I figure out if I'm going to put it on this outer sleeve or not. I don't know, but I'm really glad to have that. Okay, so the next one here is from 101 Films, Spy number 29. And this is the Bob Clark Horror Collection from 101 Films. And I initially saw the unboxing of this on Frank's Comic Castle, and he also goes by Frank's Collecting Castle. It's the same channel. His name is Daniel, and he has a great channel. If you like the videos that I put out, he's very similar. He has a very similar taste in his collecting. He likes horror movies, and he likes comic books and all that stuff. So I wanted to thank him for, sharing this box set, and I picked it up. I bought this one on Mercari, gently used, for 35 bucks. I thought that was a great deal for this box set. I will leave Daniel's link below to Frank's Collecting Castle. Please do go check him out and tell him Toddy Walnuts sent you. You may know probably Bob Clark was most famous for the movie A Christmas Story with Ralphie, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out Kid. But he also did some pretty good horror movies, and I really enjoy all 3 of these movies, especially Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I think that's kind of overlooked, and it's a 70s zombie movie, and it has that feel, that aura, that vibe, whatever you want to call it, of Night of the Living Dead, and it's really good. It's kind of a horror comedy, but I really enjoy it. And then Black Christmas, everybody has seen Black Christmas. That's a classic. Everybody should watch that around Christmas time every year. And then Dead of Night. So you get all 3 of these movies in this box set, plus you get a book. And this one is still very affordable. You have 29A, 29B, and 29C. And we're going to go through this and check out the innards. And I'm really happy about this box set. Comes in a very sturdy outer shell, just like any of the other companies. The quality is very, very high. I love the colors of this box. I like the blacks and the reds and the oranges, how they kind of blend together for that cemetery, that foreboding cemetery scene. And then you have a couple of characters from the movies here. So this is from, let's see. This one is from Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. This one's from Dead of Night, and this one's from Black Christmas. I think that looks fantastic. And there was a really good documentary on this one. So far out of these 3, I've seen all 3 of these movies before. I've seen this one several times, but I popped this one in and watched it all the way through. But before I watched this movie, there was a bonus feature that had Memories of Bob Clark right there. And that was really good. I loved the Confessions of a Grave Digger by Ken Goach. He talked about how some of the low budget cinema and how he was kind of the gopher, and he was digging the graves for the movies, and they were working long hours, like 15-hour days, just to hurry up and get this thing shot because they had a really shoestring budget. Some of these bonus materials are really fun, and I really enjoyed those. So these do have reversible covers. This is what the original cover looks like. You guys may remember that. I have this movie several times. There's the disc, and there's a different cover that you can put on. but I went with the original. I like that better. And I really enjoy this movie, and I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. If you saw it and it's been a while since you've seen it, check it out again and check out those bonus materials. I think you'll really enjoy hearing some of those stories. The next one, this is one I've only seen once, so I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. It's called Dead of Night, and I kept the new cover on that one. This is the newly commissioned art, I believe, or is it? Let's see, I can't remember. No, this is the newly commissioned here. That's the one that's on the outer shell of the box, and this is the original art. But that's not the original cover. I remember, I know Blue Underground released this on DVD and Blu-ray. It has a different cover. And I do own the Blue Underground DVD. I don't think I upgraded that one to Blu-ray yet. And then here's Black Christmas, the original Stalk and Slash classic. This is a fun Christmas time slasher movie. That's the cover I remember. I have this movie a few different times, at least a few. And I really enjoy that around the Christmas season. So those were the 3 movies, and then you get a book, pretty thick book. They called him Big Bob Clark. He ended up passing away tragically in a car accident in, I believe, California. And they talk a little bit about that in the bonus features. There's Death Dream. Dead of Night is also called Death Dream, and that's what I remembered it as, Death Dream. But this is a really nice set. For 35 bucks, I mean, this is a steal to me. Some of these companies charge 35 bucks just for one movie. And I got 3 with the booklet, and you also get some art cards. I'm not going to pull them out right now. It's 3 art cards, and it's basically just these 3 images in bigger photo form there. So all in all, very happy with this purchase, and thank you again to Daniel over at Frank's Collecting Castle. Check that link below. Please go help my friend's channel grow. Make a new friend of your own and check out his videos. I think you'll be happy about his videos. He's got some good stuff. Really good collector. The next set here is from Arrow Video, and this is the Psycho collection. And I planned to get this on 4K, and I waited a little too long, and it sold out. And now the 4K box set is going for anywhere from like 120 and up, I think. And it's a little more than I'm willing to spend. So I settled for the regular Blu-ray collection here, and I'll show you what it looks like. It comes with this nice little kind of a smoky plastic slipcover, and it's kind of like kind of tinted a little bit. You get Psycho 2, 3, and 4, the beginning. And then in true Arrow fashion, it comes with a nice hard outer shell, and you get the movies here. Each movie comes in its own case, so you can see all 4 of the movies, and then you get a nice hardcover book. It's really beautiful. This set, you can get this, I think, around 60, 65, 70, which is, I'm more comfortable paying 70 for this than I am 120 or more, possibly more, and I'm not into it that much to spend that much for it, but I do enjoy these movies, and to get them on Blu-ray is fine with me. I don't need 4K on everything, and I don't plan on upgrading everything to 4K, just certain things. So here's another look at the outer shell, another high quality, heavy duty box. This one has a little bit of shelf wear, which I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter to me. There you can see Norman Bates. All right, let's take a look at the movies, and then we'll flip through the book. Looks like we're going to be going backwards. We got Psycho 4, the beginning. This was directed by Mick Garris, and it stars Olivia Hussey and Henry Thomas as young Norman Bates. Anthony Perkins. This was from 1990. This must have been one of his very last roles, because I know he passed away in the very early 90s of the AIDS virus. He was a homosexual man, and it caught up to him. And there's the reversible cover. And you got a little booklet on the inside, which is nice, considering that you get this really thick book with it as well. But they threw in, or is this a poster? This looks like it's a poster. I'm not gonna pull it out. Let's see. You know what, maybe I will. I'm gonna pause it really quick. This is actually a beautiful poster. You can see the Bates Motel there in the background, and you can see Norman Bates. That's really nice. And it's a two-sided poster, and on the back you see Mother. It's been a long time since I've seen 4. I've seen 1, 2, and 3 many, many times. I think I've only seen 4 maybe once or twice. So maybe if I start this series, I might start at 4 and work backwards. I don't know, but that's a really nice poster. Next we have part 3, which I thought was excellent, as well as part 2. All of these were excellent movies, in my opinion. But I believe part 2 and 3 were directed by Perkins. And we already said that part 4 was directed by Mick Garris, and we already know that Psycho 1 was directed by the greatest of all time, Alfred Hitchcock, of course. And when did this one come out? 1986, it looks like. So this box set came out, I believe, in 2023. I think it came out right at the end of 2023, but there's the cover there. That's what the original cover looked like. I have this movie a couple different times. Scream Factory released it on Blu-ray with the slipcover. I have that one as well, with that cover right there. That's the iconic cover, holding up the key to the Bates Motel. And it looks like this one, they give you, well, there's another poster, and looks like there's some art cards. So they really give you some good stuff in this set. Definitely worth the money. Take a look at these little, looks like they're 3x5 stills from the movie. What was your favorite in the franchise? I actually like 2 and 3 better than I like 1. I know that's blasphemous to say that about Alfred Hitchcock's classic, but part 2 and 3 were just a little more, were grittier, scarier, I think. I think for its time, though, the first one was pretty scary for some, for something in the 60s like that, but we've come a long way since that. Let me pause it. I'm going to stretch this out. Another beautiful poster. I love the orange and black together. It just has that Halloween feel to it. And there's what the original cover looked like, and that's classic. That's probably one of the best covers for any of these movies. And next we have Psycho 2. Norman Bates is coming home. Another great cover. And this one also comes with a poster and a couple more art cards. We'll put this off to the side for a second. We'll check these art cards out. Look at that little tiny gun. What's she gonna do with that? nice. I love it when they throw in little cards like this and posters and booklets. So I'm gonna pause it here really quick and we'll look at the poster. There's another great color scheme with that kind of powder blue against that black background. That is really nice. And that's what the original poster looked like. And I misspoke. I thought that Perkins directed 2 and 3, but Perkins directed 3, but let's see here, who directed 2? I'm probably looking right at it. Directed by Richard Franklin. So, and this came out in 1983. This was not directed by, I wanted to make sure I made that correction to give you guys the right info. But Perkins did direct part 3. You can see that right there. Make sure we get the right info here on this channel. I make a lot of mistakes, but I try to correct it when I can. And we have the one that started it all. This is Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, 1963, I believe, if memory serves me. 1960. And again, you get art cards and a poster. I feel like this is kind of dragging on a little bit. I'll try to hurry this up here. Janet Leigh. Vera Miles. And then here's a advertisement card for Matalo Spaghetti Western. I forgot to mention too, Vera Miles was in part 2, which came out, what was it, 23 years later? And she was on one of the art cards, and I just cut, there it is right there. This is the same actress here. That's Vera Miles from the original, 1960, and then this is Vera Miles. She came back in 1983 for the sequel. I think that's pretty cool. And here's another beautiful poster. I think that looks phenomenal. Again, another great color scheme. You got the bright red and the black mix. And here's kind of a 60s throwback. It says, see it the way it was originally made, uncut, every scene intact. The version TV didn't dare show you. And again, it's a very tame horror movie in today's standards, but it's still a classic. And then we have this monster book. It's over 100, it's like 120 pages. I mean, what a beautiful set. It has everything that you need for the franchise. All in all, I'm very, very happy with this box set. I'm glad I got it. And I would have liked to have gotten the 4K, but I'm not gonna sweat that. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm very happy with this. It talks a little bit about the Ed Gein folklore. I mean, there's so much info here. Everything that you would need and want in a Psycho collection, everything is in here. And again, it's very affordable. If you want to get the Blu-ray box set and save yourself some money, this is like, I think it was like 70 bucks used. Or if you want to splurge, if you're a high roller and you want to get the 4K, go for it. It's going to cost you, it's probably going to be twice the amount. So I'm going to pause it here, put that in there, and then we'll keep moving. So these next two are Vinegar Syndrome. Actually, this is Vinegar Syndrome. The next one is a Vinegar Syndrome sister company. And I think it's Something Weird video, but we'll take a look at that when we get to it. This one was called The Black Room. This is a very obscure, kind of a rare horror movie from the 80s, 82, I think it was, 81. And that's the thing I love about Vinegar Syndrome is they dig up these oldies that most people probably never heard of. And then they scrub them up and they put them in a beautiful box set release. I consider these box sets. I mean, you get the thick slipcover, and you get all these bonus materials. And they scan this to a 4K from a 35mm negative. And this is kind of one of those mad scientist type, reanimator type movies. And I'll be very honest with you, I have never seen this movie yet. And it does have Linnea Quigley in it, so that's a plus to me. And let's see here, I'll pop the plastic off and we'll take a look. This is what the outer slipcover looks like. And you guys know by now how thick and how high quality the Vinegar Syndrome slipcovers and stuff are. So this is Vinegar Syndrome 453 on the spine. Okay, we got the cellophane off and we're gonna pop open. You get the disc. If anybody has seen this and you want to talk a little bit about it without any spoilers, you can go ahead and comment below. And let's see what the reverse cover looks like. What does it say? There's a room to rent in the Hollywood Hills and the tenants are paying in blood. I'm not really crazy about that cover, but I do love this cover. And looking forward to checking this in, and I always enjoy adding titles to my Vinegar Syndrome collection. So that is the Black Room from 1981. Okay, for this next one, any children who are watching, you must leave immediately. Leave for like 3 minutes. Just fast forward 3 minutes into this video. And I think that's about all we really need to talk about this. I'm gonna let you leave now. So go ahead, all the children who are watching, you can leave right now. I'll give you a second or two. Okay, so I found this on Mercari when I was kind of flipping through, looking at stuff. I look at stuff daily. Literally, I look at something daily. I'm constantly on the lookout for something to add to my collection. And I remember when this came out, I think originally this was from Something Weird Video. Let me see. Yes, it is. I never in a million years thought they would put this on Blu-ray. And I didn't know much about this. It's called Bat Pussy. And I thought it was about Bat Pussy, but it's actually about Bat Pussy. So it's a porno movie, and I popped it in, and I was so embarrassed. I turned it off after about an hour. I was just so embarrassed I had to take it out. But all jokes aside, I thought this was pretty cool. I thought it was it's a gimmick, and from what I hear, and I have not watched this yet, as far as you know. And they say it's not only it's a terrible porno movie, it's kind of based on the 60s Batman series, but they say it's like one of the worst pornos ever made. And I'll be honest with you guys, I only bought this for the collectible purpose of it. It came with a slipcover. Now these are getting harder to find with a slipcover. And they're still very affordable though. They're like, I think it was only like 35 or 40 bucks with a slipcover, or you can get it just this way with the Amaray case and no slip. I think it's like 18 or 15, something like that. But I'm a slipcover whore, so I had to get it. And I'm not going to talk much more about this, but give you guys kind of a little peek here of some of the things. You can see the costumes that they wear, and everything that I did read about this movie is absolutely terrible, but I wanted to add it to the collection. I've been picking up Batman stuff lately, and you're probably wondering, how did I come across this title? I was looking for Batman Steelbooks like a month ago. Well, I'm still looking for more, but and this popped up, and it's not a steelbook, but it popped up as a Batman. Somebody put Batman in their description. There's actually another Batman. I think it's called Batwoman that I got coming in the mail right now. I'll show you that in a future video, but they're talking about how this was actually, you know what? Now that I see this, this guy right here, Mike McCarthy, is friends with Grottu Orloff, and Grottu Orloff had him on one of his shows, and that was a great show. I'm gonna see if I can find that, and I'm gonna link that interview down below. It was a really excellent show, and those guys are friends, and I didn't realize that Mike McCarthy had something to do with this. So, but I don't know if he was the director or if he was just the one who kind of restored this. I didn't read this yet. So I guess I'll have to read more to find out. And then here's Lisa Petrucci. She's the owner and proprietor, and unfortunately the company is no more. They're going out of business, but they gave us a lot of entertainment over the years, and it's sad to see them leave, but we have memories of them through the releases that they gave us over the years. Okay, moving right along. We're not making as good of time as I wanted to, but I didn't want to rush this. I wanted to be done by 7:30, and right now it's 7:30, and I haven't finished showing you guys everything yet, so that's just the way it goes. I talk too much, but okay, so this next pile that I'm going to show you is from SRS Cinema, and this is the Rotten Tail Blu-ray that was signed. You can get it on the SRS Cinema website. I think it's $12, which is a great deal, and it's a Blu-ray DVD combo. It's signed here by the what did he go by here? He wrote the screenplay, David C. Hayes, as you can see his name right there. Right there, David C. Hayes. He's the guy who signed. That's his signature right there. And not to get confused with Peter Rottentail, which was directed by the Polonia brothers. This is not that same movie, because I made that mistake. I thought this was the Polonia brothers movie. But I'm still glad to have this, though. And there you can see it's the Blu-ray DVD combo. $12. Go to their website, get you a signed copy. It's a very low budget, shot on video Easter slasher movie. And it looks like it's a fun movie. So I'm just going to keep moving. So the next three are a trilogy. So this is the Grim Reaper trilogy. This is the original first one. You can see that they're kind of playing on the Friday the 13th poster, the original from part 1. And what else can I tell you about this? The movie was made in 2021. It just came out this year, 2024. And other than that, I can't tell you much more because I haven't watched these yet. These did come with posters, and I'll show you those at the very end if you want to stick around and see the posters that I got. I have a 11 by 17 portfolio. I have a couple different portfolios, but that's the one, that's the size for this, 11 by 17. And followed by Grim Reaper 2. You can tell it's like The Burning. It looks like The Burning in the background. And this one came out in 2022. And I'm sure that this is very, very low budget, but I can get with that. I don't mind low budget. I enjoy that. And then we have part 3, Grim Reaper 3. It's a great cover too. Check out these covers side by side by side. These are really nice. It may be one of the cases where the cover is better than the movie. I don't know yet. I'll tell you once I do watch these if they're worth it. To me, they're worth it. I like to support independent horror. And this one came out in 2023. So this is 60 minutes long, 1 hour. This one's 62 minutes. And this one's 64 minutes. So they're very, very short. You can binge these very easily and get your Grim Reaper fix, or your SRS Cinema, your Sub Rosa Studios fix, and still have time to watch the ball game. So I'm going to pause it here, and we're going to move on to the Scream Team releasing movies. So this one is the latest release from Scream Team Releasing. I'll show you the logo. I'm sure many of you are not familiar with Scream Team Releasing. Right there in the corner. They release a lot of independent horror as well. This is called Cryptids, and this is a movie that has Joe Bob Briggs as the kind of wraparound story. It's an anthology about cryptids. There's 5 different shorts in this movie with a wraparound story. I watched this the other night. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. This one comes with a glossy slipcover. The artwork looks really good too. You can see the monsters from the movie. So these are the monsters. There was let's see if I can remember. There was a Bigfoot segment. There was a Frogman segment. This was the Bigfoot right here. This was the Frogman. This one was called the Melon Heads, and this was kind of like a Wrong Turn. If you guys remember the movie Wrong Turn, kind of like the backwoods hillbillies inbred. That was the Melon Heads, and so it went in order like this. This was the werewolf. Let me see here. So there was 5 different directors that made these shorts, and then Billy Bob Briggs, like I said, he was a talk radio host, and he was taking calls from people that had run-ins, I guess, if you want to call it that, with air quote cryptids, and then you get to hear their story on the radio, and then it kind of blends into you get to see the short. This was really good because the shorts were short enough that they were decent. Some of them were, the Bigfoot one wasn't very good. I was a little disappointed in the Bigfoot one. That's the one I was looking the most forward to. But they're short enough that even if they're kind of a dud, it's over with quickly. Some of these could have been made, the Melon Heads could have been made into its own full-length movie, I think. So you have directors such as Zane Hirschberger, John William Holt, Brett DeJager, Billy Pond, Bloody Bill, Justin Seaman, who did the Barn movies, and Max Groa is in here. So he did Bong of the Living Dead, if you guys remember that movie. I would recommend this. I think it's really good. And then I got a signed copy on their website, and you can see that all of the directors signed it, as well as Joe Bob Briggs. Right here, there's Joe Bob Briggs, and then the rest of these guys, the other 5 directors here. I really like this. I would definitely watch this again. It's still in my player. And I would definitely recommend this. Go check out Scream Team Releasing. I can leave a link down below, and you can still get the signed copies. And I also picked up the signed VHS. They sold out, but then they had a handful that they brought to a Comic-Con. I'm not sure which Comic-Con, but they didn't sell out at the Comic-Con, so they had some that they brought back, and I was able to grab one, and I was very happy for that. And this one is also signed up. You can see that they signed it all up in gold Sharpie. And they signed, each director signed by the monster that their movie was about. And Joe Bob Briggs also signed that as well. And I also have a signed poster, which I'll show you guys at the very end of this video. Very, very happy to grab this. I was pretty tickled, to be honest with you. So there's the website. If you just type in Scream Team Releasing, it'll take you right to their website. And they have a lot of stuff to purchase. And I'm going to actually show you what I have in my collection right now and give you guys some suggestions. And you can head over there and pick some stuff up, hopefully. So we'll kind of go through this segment quick. Actually, before I get into the Blu-rays and stuff, I'm going to show you the other VHS tapes that I have from Scream Team Releasing. And these are hard to find now because they sell out. And when they do sell out, they triple and quadruple in value. So, for example, I think this was just under 30 for the signed. I think it was like $27.99 or something like that. So you get the slipcover and the signed copy. And I think this was 30 bucks. But once this sells out, you'll see it on eBay for like 120, 150 bucks. I'm not even exaggerating. That's what they do. I hate scalpers, but that's what they do. They drive up the market like that. These are very limited and very collectible. So only certain people buy these, and that's why they know that they can raise the price to 120, because people get FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO, and they get in a panic and they say, well, I missed it, let me grab it for 120. It happens. Not this guy, but it does happen to people. So this is the big box VHS of the barn. And these movies, to me, are very underrated. I think they're excellent. If you go on IMDb, I think they get a score of like 5.5 or 6 out of 10. I would put this closer to an 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I think these are really, really fun movies. This is the big box, like I said, big box VHS. These are really hard to find now. You may never find these again because the people who have them collect them and they're going to keep them. But these sold out, and I don't even know what the secondary market is for those. I'm afraid to look. I would never sell mine. And then here's the barn part 2, big box. Again, this one's sold out. You can see the cover's pretty awesome. These are great movies for Halloween time. They're really fun. It's all practical monsters. You know, you got the rubber suits. It's like a charming kind of low budget charm to it. So don't go into it expecting to be blown away, but you will really have a lot of fun with these. These are great movies. And I recommend, you can get these on DVD or Blu-ray as well. And I have those, and I'll show you what those look like. So those are the other 2 VHS I have. And then I also have the Pumpkin Man, which is a Scream Team Releasing VHS. And I have the Blu-ray of this as well, which I'll show in a minute. Really, really glad to have these. And I'm glad that they're still showing love to VHS, because they do still sell VHS on their site. So now we'll get into the Blu-rays and a couple DVDs that I have. And like I said, I'm going to kind of rifle through these. But here is The Barn and The Barn Part 2 on Blu-ray. And here is The Barn on Blu-ray in a different collectible. This is from the Horror Pack Limited Edition. What a beautiful cover this is. I love that. That's really good. And I would strongly recommend both of these, and then hold off till Halloween to watch these. You'll have a blast, and I can guarantee you these will be part of your rotation every Halloween going forward. So that is The Barn and The Barn Part 2. Here's a slasher movie called Murder Made Easy. This one fell a little bit short for me. I didn't really care much for this. And it was about a dinner party and kind of like a whodunit. I didn't really care much for this movie. I put it in the black case. I don't know why I did that, but I think it looks kind of nice. I couldn't really recommend that one. Maybe you guys would like it. I don't know. This one I still have yet to watch. This is Cruel Summer and Cruel Summer Part 2. Another thing about Scream Team releasing is you can buy the movies signed or unsigned. And obviously once the signed ones sell out, then you can only get the unsigned. But for a long while, you can still get, I think you may even still be able to get the signed copies of these. I chose not to. The signed copies are generally, I believe, $27.99, and to get just the regular Blu-ray, it's like $19.99. So for these, I kind of cheaped out and didn't get the signatures, but I think from now on, I will try to get the signature editions if I can. And I haven't seen this, but it kind of reminds me of like a Scream type ripoff, like a teen slasher. Maybe has a little bit of backwoods element to it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just kind of judging it by the cover. But I am looking forward to checking these out at some point soon. This one was good. This was a horror anthology. This is called The Witching Season. I thought I had the VHS for this, and I went looking for it. I couldn't find it. But you get, 5 stories in here as well. You get Killer on the Loose, Princess, Not Alone, They Live Inside Us, and Is That You? I love these anthologies, and Scream Team Releasing has a lot of anthology-type movies. The next one is another holiday horror slasher called The Last Thanksgiving. This one was pretty bloody, pretty gory. This is unrated. You can see that it has some really good practical effects. It's a very wet, like a splatter flick. This one's Volumes of Blood. This was the signed up edition. Call it the Special Collector's Edition. This is another anthology, and it has the different directors from the shorts. It even has somebody here on the back. I'm not even sure exactly whose all these signatures are. But this was pretty good. I think they're coming out with the Volumes of Blood 2. I thought they mentioned that on the site. I think that was in production, or they're getting ready to get that one going. This one's called Spine Chiller. This is another one that was all signed up. It's another fun Halloween type movie to watch around that season. And these are the DVDs for The Barn and 1031. These are both very good Halloween time movies. And I got another pile here I can show you guys, and then we'll look at the posters and we'll call it a video. So this is one I haven't watched yet either. This one came in a recent horror pack that Horror Pack was kind enough to send me a package to review on the channel. You can see that this was from Horror Pack, and there's the Scream Team Releasing logo. I still have yet to watch this, but I'm looking forward to it. There's just so many movies and not enough time. Maybe we'll have another pandemic and I can catch up on movies. Here's a 2-pack. This is Camp Killer. It's all signed up there. And the second movie is called Maniac Farmer. And if you open it up, this is what the regular cover looks like. You get both titles on the front, but I wanted to display the signatures. So that's what I did. I flipped the cover, and now I can see the signatures on the front and the back. Yeah. These ridiculous little flaps that they used to put on the Blu-rays, I don't know why they did that, but these were pretty good. They were low budget, but I still had fun with these, and I would recommend them, but just don't go into the movie thinking you're going to be blown away by anything. This one was pretty good. I watched this last Christmas. It's called 13 Slays Till Xmas. This one was pretty bloody. It was a pretty good splatter flick. There was some good kills. It was gruesome. There was some pretty fun characters in here. I would recommend this if you like Christmas slasher movies. And who doesn't? This is a good one. This one I have yet to see yet. It's called Back Road. It's the X-rated director's cut with the slipcover. I wanted to watch this, and I forgot. And because I wanted to see what was X-rated about it. If it was just the violence, or was it just a gimmick to get people to buy this? Because I doubt that they have, X-rated. How can I say this without getting I doubt that they were having boy-girl time in this movie. I know that was a lame way to put it. I just don't know what to say. These bots that pick out certain words that you say, it's getting ridiculous. You can hardly say anything anymore, and then you get flagged. So maybe boy-girl time is, I'll get flagged for that. I don't know. And then these are really good anthology movies. They're 1031, part 1, 2, and 3. And I really enjoy these. I strongly recommend these in the barn. If you take anything away from this video, check out the barn and the barn 2, and then check out 1031, part 1, 2, and 3. I think you'll enjoy these. Yeah, these are fun movies to watch around Halloween time. These covers are great too. They kind of have that old EC comic book artwork. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we got 2 more, and both of these are good. Actually, The Sleeper is great. The Sleeper is excellent. I would recommend that one as well. So get the barn 2, The Sleeper, and get the 1031 movies. And I also enjoyed The Pumpkin Man too. But I love these kind of movies. So if you guys like the same type of stuff I do, and you must because you're watching these videos, I think you would really enjoy these too. Somehow the flash went out when I stopped the last clip. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to get out my portfolio, and we will look at some posters really quick, and then we'll call it a video. Okay, so here is my portfolio with my 11 by 17 inch posters. And most of these are SRS cinema. I'll just flip through really quick and get to the ones that, this is a Todd Sheets movie, Bone Hill Road. It's a werewolf movie. It's all signed up. Beautiful. There's a house shark. It's a Ron Bonk movie from SRS. Here's Volumes of Blood. I got this one. This is a Scream Team releasing. You probably just saw the Blu-ray if you remember, and it's all signed up. Here's The Sleeper. This was good. Here's a Marcus Cook double feature from SRS. Here's The Gore Girls. Dead Silence. Gorgasm. Dismembering Christmas and Don't Go to the Reunion. This is a independent filmmaker from Wisconsin called Slasher Studios. If you want to go to slasherstudios.com, you can check out their movies. These are both really good movies. I really enjoyed Dismembering Christmas. I enjoyed them both, but I liked the Christmas one a little bit better. Easter Bunny Bloodbath. And then here's She Kills. This one was signed by Ron Bonk, who was the writer and director, and he also owns SRS. That's cool. There's Sex Squatch. Sex Squatch 1 and 2. Here is Grindsploitation, the movie. I remember somebody made a comment that I talked about the meat curtain. You can see the little meat curtains hanging down there. Somebody thought that was really funny. That was a long time ago I said that, but there's Horsehead. This is a Canadian company called Black Fawn. And here's The Love Witch. This was sent to me by Tanner Ross a few years ago. He got this at Amoeba Music. He also sent me the signed Blu-ray from the director and the cast. It was really cool. She's gorgeous. He also sent me these. This is Evil Dead in Concert. He saw these in LA years ago. This was probably like 5 years ago now. He also sent me Ouija. Some people pronounce it Ouija, like me, but some people pronounce it Ouija. I guess that's the proper pronunciation. Here's a, what do you call it? An art card or a, I forget what they call these, but this is the Hateful Eight, like a lobby card, I guess. And then here's one of Jeff Wedding's movies called A Measure of the Sin. And you can see Jeff has a beautiful signature there. You can make it out quite easily in silver or gold Sharpie, and some other folks. There's Katie Groshong. She's gorgeous too. She was in the movie. She's a good partner with Jeff. They make movies together. This was Dale, what was his name? Shoot, I forgot. I don't want to waste too much time. Dale Rainey, sorry, Dale Rainey. He was, that was him right there in that role. Great movie too, by the way. I recommend that one. And here is Deadly Detour. This is a Mike O'Mahony movie, and this one is also a Mike O'Mahony movie, IBS. And here's Mike O'Mahony in the flesh. This is another Mike O'Mahony movie. This time he stars in his own movie, Sloppy the Psychotic. Mike O'Mahony. Here is a couple of signatures of Tom Savini that were given to me as gifts. One of my good buddies, Nick, sent this to me a long time ago, probably 10 years ago. I think that's awesome. And Twisted Chris from LA sent this to me years ago as well. It's an actual Polaroid. Twisted Chris used to work on the set for a lot of the movies that Tom Savini was involved in. And he used to take pictures. This is an actual Polaroid picture that he took, that he had signed by Tom Savini. This was Tom Savini's makeup right here. So he was taking pictures he was legally doing it. He was part of the filming team. So he was, he got that signed up and sent that to me. I thought that was pretty nice of him to do that. Here's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I believe this was also from Tanner Ross from LA. He got me the Scream poster as well. I wonder whatever happened to Tanner. He used to comment on my videos all the time. I haven't heard from him in a few years now. So we're back to Scream Team releasing. This is Spine Chiller, so I got this one signed up. And this one goes back to SRS Cinema, Camp Murder. I enjoyed this one. It was a real campy, kind of a low-budget take on the Friday the 13th movies. Here's Sister Krampus and Psycho Santa from SRS Cinema. These are fun, low budget. And Hell on the Shelf. This is a Mark Polonia movie. And Prison of the Psychotic Damned. Tainted Blood and Hellbox. These are unsigned. There's Daddy and Night of Doom. So the thing about SRS Cinema, they have limited amounts of posters, and if you order early enough, they throw in a poster for free. But once they're sold out, they're gone. You can't get them anymore. Here's Blood Cove 1 and 2. Here's Space Monster Wang Mogwai. Here's the Whale God and the Great Yokai War Guardians. And for some reason I skipped a couple pages. But here's Grim Reaper. These are the latest ones that I picked up. So we got Grim Reaper 2. Come on, give me that little corner here. Fingers don't fail me now. There's Grim Reaper 3. And here's Cryptids. So I got the signed Blu-ray, signed VHS, and the signed poster. I'm really, really happy to have these. I think Joe Bob Briggs is a treasure. I'm really glad to have those. So that was it. I have a couple spots for a couple more posters. I got some more stuff coming in the mail as always. And when I get enough stacked up, I'll record another video. But in the meantime, hope you guys are well. Take care. If you have any questions or comments, oh, you know what? I'll show you these Dollar Tree things too I picked up. I'll be right back. So I like to go into the Dollar Tree around Halloween time just to pick up some of the little knickknacks and little trinkets and stuff that they sell there. So I'll just kind of show you guys the things that I picked up recently. This is an 8-piece sticker set. For $1.25, you get these, they're like a 3D sticker. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but each of them have kind of like a little gimmick, like the wings move. Yeah, they have like little flaps and little wings and stuff that move, if you can see that. There's a couple of haunted houses and some bats flying around. So that was one of them. This one was little skeletons and stuff. Same thing. For $1.25, I think this is pretty neat. I'm not gonna open these and stick them on anything because then they're gone and they're ruined. I'm gonna keep them in package like this just so I can look at them. I like them like this. Here's one with some black cats on it. Here's one with some pumpkins. Of course, made in China. Why not? We got to stop that, man. We got to stop having everything made in China. And then I got some window clings, or they're calling these window decorations. They're kind of that, that sticky gel that you can just kind of, pop it on a window and it sticks there until you peel it off. Again, I'm not going to put these on my windows, but here's some pumpkins. And here's one with, it says Happy Halloween, and you have a couple ghosts and a witch hat. Get some more Halloween stuff, a dancing skeleton, some poison in a bottle, a haunted house, a cauldron with some witch's brew and a broom. I think these are pretty cool. For $1.25, you can't beat that. Get some, looks like a haunted house and a grave and some ghosts and a moon. And a couple more. And we got one here that says beware. It's got some skulls and stuff like that, and two more. We got in red gel, we have danger with bloody footprints and blood smears, and the last one we have help with some blood smears. So that was it. That's my update video for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I was saying, if you have any questions or comments, just put those down below. Make sure to go check out Dan's channel, Daniel. He's a great guy here in the YouTube community, and he deserves way more subscribers than he has. And that's just because he doesn't have enough exposure yet, and that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get him more exposure to his channel. I'm pretty certain if you guys go to his channel, you'll enjoy it, and you'll want to watch and go back and watch his archived videos as well. So, long-winded again, it's now 8 o'clock. It's a little bit after 8. It's 8:08. Wanted to be done by 7:30, went over by 38 minutes. Typical Toddy Walnuts fashion. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.